I like how people have revisionist history about how great they were. Let us not forget that niggas was showing up drunk to games. Shit, let's go back to the 70s when they were smoking on the sideline.
I'll say people used to just light up on the sideline, you know not just cigarettes.
You know what I'm saying? So, they talk about Wilt Chamberlain fucked 20,000 women. If he did that,
I believe it.
I mean, I believe he did. But if he did that, if someone did the math on how many women he would have had to sleep with a day.
I'm pretty sure he was in a couple orgies that gave him a couple days off.
So the point that I'm making is the way the league is now and the type of athlete that we are, you're not doing that now. You have to be on top of your game much more than you've ever had. And when we have our kids, they're gonna be saying the same thing.
More or less true.
Let's be real. We train our kids, not to cut you off. We train our kids
to be better than what we were.
With that, and
they start where we were.
We can talk about the stuff how we worked out in high school. People be like, damn, we didn't even do that when we were in college, and that's when we were in high school. That was 10 years ago.
True that.
Some of the workouts, if you watch, did you watch Coach Snoop on Netflix?
Yeah, I watched some of it.
Some of the stuff that they were doing, like, what was like in what's that shit called? Like a turf field and shit. Not a training camp, but like, what is it called? Like basically it was like,
It was in the dome.
Yeah, he was like, he had a trainer. He had a trainer. Ain't no way in hell my parents are gonna pay for me to have a trainer.
No, but there were people. There was a few that we grew up with that did have trainers like that. Mm-hmm. Maybe not to the extent. It may have been the start of what we're seeing now, where kids got full on personal trainers. Sometimes 2 or 3. Yeah. Like the footwork camps that I see for kids these days is outrageous. You got 5 and 6 year olds out there doing ladder drills. Right. Which we
didn't do till we was in high school.
So and that's all of us. I was saying all of us didn't even do it in high school.
Now then we go back and look at like how our parents, my dad, like they practiced, but they wasn't practicing. They were just hitting each other over and over again until someone got evolution.
It is.
That's another thing people forget. Evolution. We're faster than our parents. Our kids are gonna be faster than us.
As long as that's a focus point and something that as a society we try and do. Because you can see, I'll leave that alone. But if we're going to focus it, it's going to get better every time. Because we've been doing it, we know how to efficiently do it, so we're going to teach that efficiency to our kids. Right. Our kids are going to do it, find a more efficient way to do it, and then keep passing it on.
Exactly. And I mean, the way we with sports now, like I'm not gonna be surprised if we'll see a middle school game on ESPN. We've already seen high school games on ESPN.
Man, so they're already handing out scholarships to middle school kids, which is absurd, by the way.
I agree. That's not good. People that play football in middle school don't even care about it when they get to high school. So I'm saying, like, it's a very select.
I mean, don't get me wrong. There's athletes that from the time they're playing Pop Warner. Yeah. That kid's gonna be something, but that doesn't mean you go out and offer a 10-year-old a scholarship. Yeah. To me, that causes more problems than anything because
especially for the parents.
9 times out of 10,
how do you parent your child?
Exactly. Not even just for the parents. Yeah. How is he supposed to be coachable now?
Yeah. How you gonna be coached? Yeah.
You're hurting his growth because this kid is like, oh well, UT. already came here and I already know I'm good, so what do I gotta listen to for?
I don't need to go to practice for what? I'm already
and
good.
Yeah, I'm not saying this is every kid because you do have some kids that they're just coachable. Right. But a lot of the ones that I've seen, it ain't going well for them. They've been I follow one. I'm not gonna say a name, but he got offered a scholarship in 7th grade. Yeah. And he's had to transfer high schools twice now. Yeah. Because his coaches don't want to deal with him.
Yeah, I'm sure.
And I'm almost certain getting that scholarship added to that. Yeah. Now,
and the
it could be. I'm gonna say it could be the community gets in, and his parents could be a problem too. But you didn't help him by going out there and saying, "Hey, here's a scholarship offer," something that most high school juniors don't get, or seniors for that matter.
I mean, let's be real. The way it's just, and I know that we're kind of going on a tangent, but like the way we push kids now, like I've been to Little League games where people are putting bets on the game. Little League.
Well, that's been a problem.
I mean, you know what I'm saying?
We had whole documentaries about that.
Right. It's Little League games, you know what I'm saying? Like, and so we're looking at kids younger and younger now and trying to get them like, you know what, we need to get him in this program to make sure he goes to this school, to which this high school funnels into this college funnels into, you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, that's on every level too, because you know you have those parents that, oh, my kid needs to be speaking 4 languages by the age of 5,
right,
and then he needs to be getting into this school so he can get to that school, and he don't have time for fun.
Yeah.
He's got to learn how to play 4 more instruments because he's got to stand out to get into a college.
Yeah, which human nature to wrangle this back in. Human nature is that we evolve. So if you want to compare Jordan to LeBron, you can't. You can't. That's like trying to compare Jordan to Magic.
Well, you can't. They played against each other.
They did,
They're different players.
Jordan. I mean, Magic was in the back end of his career.
My thing is they're just different players. Yeah. You can try and compare them because it is the same sport. Some of their skill sets do overlap, but they're different players. They got different mentalities. I personally want Jordan for his mentality.
Right.
He's gonna attack you. I want the aggressive player. Yeah. But that's not to say I think LeBron's any less because he's passive. Now, do I think that's probably hurt him? Yeah.
It has hurt.
It's hurt him.
It's probably, but sadly enough, it's probably helped him more than it has hurt him. You don't win X amount of games by always being, because we've seen with the team that he has. He
became when he was gone.
Yeah, it's clear that he needed to be the role he had. The role he brings.
He needed to be that.
Yeah,
but it also would have helped him to be able to turn on that light switch and say, I'm about to drop 60 on y'all because there's nothing you can do about it.
I mean,
which he's definitely capable of doing.
But
whenever.
But it adds into this. LeBron has never had a serious injury his entire career. So do you think that could be his, like, the fact that he doesn't do stuff like that is him thinking, like, you know what, I'm trying to prolong my career, or do you think he's just a passive person? Because he hasn't always been. Especially like if you look at him in high school, he was never.
Well, no, in high school he was distributing the ball more than somebody of his talented.
Warranted, but he was aggressive in high school because he. But
he knew
no one would stop him.
No one would stop him, but he also was trying to get the random kid that no one's ever heard of since that documentary the ball too.
Right.
It's just who he is. He's a good team player.
Yeah.
Probably the best team player ever.
And a good person apparently. Like we've never heard anything off the court.
I dislike LeBron, the basketball player. He got hyped too fast for me, which it's mostly warranted now. And he cries a little bit too much for my liking too.
I agree.
But as a person, as a businessman, that man's almost the perfect model.
Yeah, he's
a great role model.
He's a billionaire, and he hasn't finished has not finished.
Yeah, he's playing basketball for fun.
Yeah, at this point, like
I can say he's doing this because he feels like doing this.
Yeah, I mean,
he don't need no more checks.
I mean, it's a good chance that he might be in the league long enough that he plays his son. I mean, it's possible.
If anybody could do it, it'd be him.
Yeah.
It's a good chance that he's in the league long enough to play his son while owning the team that he or his son plays for.
Yes, like,
and that's great.
Like, you don't get a LeBron James or a Michael Jordan or Magic Johnson just every day.
No.
These people are bred to play basketball.
Yeah.
Like
LeBron, to your point, changed the game.
Yeah.
Jordan changed the culture of the people that watch the game.
Right. More people. Jordan definitely. LeBron, I'm not going to say he didn't bring people to the game because I feel like now that football is kind of getting it's like we're in a weird spot with football where people act like. See, here's the thing with football. I don't want to go on a tangent, but just want to break this down. People act like viewership being down means there's a problem with the sport. Viewership is down across the board because people are not watching traditional TV anymore.
Yep.
But football, I can say, is in a weird spot. A lot of people don't want to watch football because we know it's fucked up. But to go back to Jordan, he made basketball for that moment the number one sport. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody wanted to play basketball when Jordan was in the league. Then you get guys that come into the league like Michael Vick or.
Oh man, if Vic didn't have the dogfighting thing, we definitely talk about him in a completely different light.
Yeah.
He was about to have that Jordan effect on football.
I think so. Right, the way just based off we can remember how good of the commercials that were. The Vic Experience, remember that commercial?
Oh, that is hands down, unquestionably the best sports commercial ever.
I mean, then you had the Vic and T.O. commercial, the animated one, which was much before its time, just off of technology alone. It's just, to me, I just think that you get people that come once in a while, but that come around that completely change the game itself. Like LeBron changed the game because you just look at it. His team goes from we're in the finals to we can't even make the playoffs when you're not here. We're the last seed in the East. And then you look at guys to go to football. You look at guys like Peyton Manning. To me, we want to say that Tom Brady is the greatest quarterback of all time because he has 5 rings. But
don't get me started. Don't make me defend the sheriff.
But when it comes to Peyton Manning, let us not forget that he goes down, and the Colts that next season are trash.
Very trash.
And
trash enough to get a great quarterback.
Yes, trash enough to get the number 1 pick or the number 2 pick, whatever they got that year. And then he goes to the Broncos, and then takes them to a Super Bowl, and it takes them to 2 Super Bowls, wins 1. So it just
and one of them was riddled with injury.
And at the same time, it was also the Seahawks' time. That was their Super Bowl to win just based off their defense alone.
Maybe, but when you're missing 3 starting linemen,
right,
you're not going to stand a chance against pretty much any team.
Yes, yeah, I agree. And I just looking at Peyton versus Tom Brady, I don't think that Tom Brady, if you take him off that team and replace him with someone of the same talent, like if Drew Brees or Aaron Rodgers.
Oh, man. I'll be honest with you. I think it's best for everybody who doesn't like the Patriots that they got Tom Brady.
Yeah.
Because if Bill Belichick and the Patriots had Aaron Rodgers or Drew Brees or Peyton Manning,
hell, somebody that's not even as good as those guys. We say somebody like Russell Wilson or.
We definitely don't want to see Russell Wilson because usually when the Patriots struggle it's because they can't block nothing, and Russell Wilson can escape the pocket and make things happen.
We can go with a guy like Russell Wilson, Alex Smith, Kirk Cousins. If you get these type of guys,
see those things.
These type of guys, I feel like they have the same success with that, and plus they cheat. But
plus the Patriots cheat.
But so plus it's just like
habitual cheaters, which. Honestly speaking, a lot of teams cheat, just not to the degree that the Patriots cheat.
Or have gotten caught. So it's just, to me, I just find it funny that we consider Tom Brady the best of all time.
I know.
But his impact on it. He made him getting hurt made Matt Castle a star for a moment.
Matt Castle got a nice contract off him.
So it's clear.
Jimmy G got paid. Off of time that Tom Brady had to miss.
Yes.
And I think Jacoby Brissett.
Yeah.
Honestly, he looked like a baller outside of that situation. Yeah. But even he got some hype in that organization.
So I just think that with guys like with the system that the Patriots have, it's not Tom Brady, but. I mean, if we want to say, we can't say Tom Brady is the greatest in my opinion because the argument against Tom Brady is, the argument for Tom Brady is that he's won 5 Super Bowls, been to 8 Super Bowls.
8 because he's lost 3 now.
But the thing with LeBron is he's been was it 9? But he's lost so many. But what is your point? Like.
To get to a Super Bowl is, I think, widely considered more difficult than getting to the finals.
Yeah,
because you have, like I've said, basketball is a sport where one guy can carry it.
Right.
It's a little different than that. But that's also the problem I have is like you want to look at Tom Brady's Super Bowls, but you don't want to acknowledge the fact that 3 of those were with teams that got Hall of Fame players on that defense.
Which 3?
The Patriots.
No,
I'm saying when Teddy Bruschi was there, Rich Seymour was there.
Okay, the Super Bowls.
The Super Bowls.
Yeah.
Those defenses were great.
And one of them they stole because they recorded the practice, but
That's not.
I'm no longer a Rams fan, so it doesn't really bother me.
That's neither here nor there. Yeah. You give Peyton Manning those same defenses, and I guarantee you he wins those Super Bowls probably more, and we're not even talking about Tom Brady.
I mean, but Peyton Manning historically, before he went to the Broncos, historically the Colts had a suspect defense. I can't name.
They have suspect defense. Every now and then they have a run game.
Yeah.
That's maybe like 3-4 seasons of his time with Andy. They had a run game, and maybe once or twice they had a defense that was top 16, and that's top half of the league, which ain't nothing to write home about.
I honestly can't think. I'm having trouble trying to remember somebody from his defense.
Dwight Freeney.
That's it. That's on
Sackmaster.
Oh,
that's it.
Bob Sanders, but
we know him more so for not living up to hype.
Yeah, exactly. What was the middle linebacker's name they had? I was gonna bother me. I cannot think of his name. He was decent.
But see, that's the best you can say about a lot of his. Aside, you take Dwight Freeney out because Dwight Freeney is an all-time player.
He's gonna kill me. I'm listening. But
you really can't name a lot of his defense because they were terrible.
I mean, let me pull up their old roster because I cannot. What year did they go to the Super Bowl? The Colts, not the.
I don't know. What's funny to me is when people knock Peyton Manning, like, oh, well, he played in a terrible division. Well, what does Tom Brady play in? Arguably the worst division in football because you got 3 teams that have been terrible for 20 years.
Yeah,
they've been mostly terrible for 20 years.
Dolphins, and Bills. I mean, Bills in the recent years.
Look, all of them every now and then show up and they turn into good. Jets had a few good years.
But
for the most part, for 20 years, that division has been terrible.
Let me see. Oh, they had Rocky Boyman. I forgot about him, but what is it? What was it? The linebacker's name? Is it Gary Brackett? I'm thinking.
Oh yeah, but he's only. You're thinking of Brackett. Definitely a solid player, but I mean, how far down on the list is he for just players that played during his time?
I mean, it's not they didn't have. I mean, honestly, their defenses and let us not forget that he made receivers. He made gave people names. You know what I'm saying? And he made Reggie Wayne somebody. He made Marvin Harrison somebody. Not saying that those guys are not good receivers, but he made them. He made them better. What was the tight end?
How many? He's made
Dallas Clark.
He's made a lot of tight ends. Jacob Tammy was good with Peyton Manning.
So for me personally, I think Peyton Manning's impact on the game is just it's unquestioned.
Oh, Peyton Manning is the better quarterback to me. Period. The man didn't need a coach.
Yeah, he is a coach.
He is the coach.
I mean, anytime that you're playing Madden and you're getting beat by the computer because they keep audibling every play to make it realistic.
Peyton did that.
Yeah, so it's just.
Let's not forget that when they introduced that terrible QB vision, Peyton's vision
saw the whole field.
Wasn't literally everything in front of him he could see, which was impossible. But hey, you couldn't not have it that way because to emulate Peyton, it had to be that way.
The bullshit. This is Michael Vick.
Oh yeah,
they were
Vick's was out of line. That was out of racist
though, because. Him, McNabb, Culpepper, all theirs was skinny as fuck.
Now look, McNabb pocket to take off running.
Yeah.
So to try and limit what he could do to you, they had to make his cone small.
So I mean, okay, so this was supposed to be an all Monique kind of conversation. It turned into a more of just a regular podcast for us. So since it's going to be a regular podcast, and I did actually give out a couple of my unpopular opinions, we can say that Friday, I didn't particularly care for Friday, the first one, and that I'm not a Kendrick, that was kind of
that was last week. But unpopular opinion in Tom Brady is not even top 4 quarterback of all time.
I mean, you're not going to hear an argument on me on that. But knowing, I know you have a much more incendiary comments about a lot of other things. So, I mean, you want to roll with Tom Brady is not top 4?
Yeah, I'll roll with Tom Brady.
Is there something else you want to, it's open forum.
Nah, that one's relevant and recent.
Okay, Tom Brady's not top 4
all time. Well, actually, he's not top 5 all time. Probably could think of 5 guys I'd rather have, and some guys that are playing right now I'd rather have.
I don't know if I see when it comes to the top 5 thing. It's not somebody you much rather have on your squad. It's more of like, who would you, based off of what they've done.
Based off of what they've done, yes, there are 5 guys.
You think that are better?
That I think would be better.
I mean, I don't think he's number 1. I think Peyton Manning is number 1, in my opinion. I think he's the best quarterback of all time. But I think the argument for number 2 is, it's there. I mean, he has the stats.
I don't think he's better. People got stats.
People from our generation our stats are going to be inflated on the offensive side.
Yeah,
I know that argument. So I mean, it's
I
not
would
fair.
say you can't necessarily look at all stats. You got. I mean, the way I look at it is, if I'm watching you.
Wait, hold on. You can look at stats if their stats are not, like when I did the Cam Newton argument.
Oh no, I'm saying you can't look at all stats.
Yeah, no, I'm saying
stats can't be the only thing.
But I'm saying if you're an offensive player and your stats are not top, that's when we can be like, okay, so why is it that?
Be careful, you're gonna hurt some Terry Bradshaw fans' hearts.
Oh man, see.
Which, by the way, Terry Bradshaw is terrible. Only won those Super Bowls because of the teams he was on.
But I think we all know that. He's.
I think Terry has said that. I hope he has. I hope he's been real with himself.
Yeah, I'm sure he does.
He's like a 4-time Trent Dilfer.
Yeah. Like, to me, I just. Bailey's over here. Bailey, our special guest, has now apparently went in the house 5 times. So
yeah. I hate Aaron Rodgers.
Really?
And I think Aaron Rodgers is better than Tom Brady.
Talent-wise, I think he's better, but
exactly.
But he doesn't have the pedigree.
Oh, you want an unpopular opinion? Nah, I really don't feel that way no more. Once upon a time, though, I did think Megatron was the best receiver I ever saw do it.
I never thought he was better than Randy. I can't say that he's better than Randy.
I don't know, man.
I've seen Randy
top
5. Top 5 for sure. You don't retire from football just cause. If you like, what he's not chasing a legacy because he knows he knew who he was, but so I don't think he really too much.
Plus, I don't think he thought he was gonna what legacy could he really chase in Detroit?
Yeah.
I mean, I know that they showed some signs of life.
No.
With him gone, but
no,
he wasn't gonna catch the stats.
Yeah.
Well, some stats. He was gonna catch the yardage.
Yeah.
Possibly touchdowns.
Yeah.
But he was never gonna catch the catches because it never took him 6 catches to get in the end zone.
Right.
It took 2.
Yeah. Right. And then it's just playing in Detroit, man. First off, there's no disrespect to Detroit, but all disrespect to Detroit. Fuck Detroit. I could not live in Detroit. I just could not do it.
It's not that bad from what I've been told. I have a former coworker that moved down here from there, and he's like, Detroit is almost equivalent to what they do with Africa, and they show you this on TV, but it's not that bad.
Of course you think it's not that bad if that's where you come from. Ramen noodles ain't that bad, but that's all you eat.
It's not true. I was born in LA, and it's a shithole.
I mean, well, yeah.
Oh, I guess that probably is another unpopular opinion.
Yeah.
California sucks.
Oh, man.
San Diego is the only redeemable quality.
I personally I'm not big on the whole California thing. Everybody thinks that they'll move out to California and their whole life will change. I'm not on that wave because if you can't make it in the city that you live in, you can't make it anywhere else. So
why make it anywhere else?
Yeah, right. But I don't know, man. I haven't been to California as an adult for me to make a comment on how great or bad it is. But fuck Detroit, man. The point is, playing in Detroit, you're gonna have to play Green Bay twice a year. You're gonna have to play Chicago twice a year.
It's not good
Chicago
destination.
Sucks now,
as a whole, that division is probably not fun to play in.
Yeah,
you don't get to go to any fun cities.
It's all cold. 6 times a year you're playing in the cold.
But the Vikings are in a dome.
Yeah, true.
So is Detroit.
They're in a dome.
But I mean, you don't get to go.
You're going to a cold city 6 times a year.
You're not going to fun cities. That's my thing.
Oh my God.
And you gotta live in a terrible area during the worst time of year to live in that area.
That's probably why two of those teams are historically one of the greatest teams of all time. They ain't got shit to do. They have no distraction. The Green Bay and the Bears, they have zero distraction.
Yeah, the Vikings had to go out of state to get a distraction.
Maybe Chicago. I mean, Chicago is Chicago.
Oh yeah. Let me backtrack that. Mm-hmm. Chicago is a good place.
Yeah.
But everywhere else sucks.
Yeah, Chicago.
They could probably have fun in Chicago, but you're not having.
It's still fucking cold.
Yeah, it's still cold. Their whole season it is probably cold.
I would love to see like how good like if we could look at historically the Bears records.
If they were better in warmer years.
Yes, like
they probably were. Playing in the cold sucks.
Even better than that. Or they probably are better when it's cold because they have no distractions. like if we could look at how good they are at the beginning of the season when it's still warm versus like when it hits October and see how good their stats are. But I just want to see what it is year by year. Like if they're
a lot of people like Colin Cowherd like to point out that there's a lot of players whose stats do just that in cold weather or when the temperature drops, their stats drop. Yeah. Or when they're playing outside of a dome, their stats drop. And I'm like, honestly, you probably can find that same pattern across the board.
Yeah, like no one does good in the extremes.
To play in the cold.
It sucks to play in the extreme heat as well.
But I don't know, man. You sidelines, you get the fans, you get the mist going. Yeah. Heaters, I know them heaters gonna be doing the job.
Nah. They can only do so much. And especially, I play receiver, so cold hands, catching a pass with cold hands is horrible.
Blocking with cold hands ain't fun.
I'm not going to say, I'm not going to argue against it.
There's nothing fun about playing in cold.
Except for the fact that, it's fucking snowing.
But crazy enough, I always wanted to play in a snow game.
Yeah.
Knowing that it sucks playing in the cold.
Yeah, it's snow. I love the snow, so... it's just I don't know, man. But it ain't shit to do in those what hoes are you chasing in Minnesota? Like that's why Prince is so fucking flamboyant, probably because Prince was probably the only good looking woman in the whole state of Minnesota. And let's be real about it.
They're probably there. They're probably there, but I don't know. You just when you think of fun, you're not thinking of 3 of those cities for sure. And you're possibly not thinking about the 4th one either.
I don't know, man. Like, there's no way you're finding, because you got Milwaukee and Minnesota. You take a spit, you spit and you can hit Canada, and Canada got all the hoes. Well, I don't get it. I don't get it. I would hate to live in Green Bay or in.
Let me think. Is there a worse division for destinations? No, I think every other division has at least 1 or 2 cities that people definitely want to live in or go to.
I mean, let's see. Let's go down. I don't know. NFC East.
People want to go to New York.
Yeah, people want to go to New York.
People want to go to New York.
No one wants to go to Philly, but everybody wants to go to New York and Washington D.C. Everyone wants to live in Dallas.
I don't know why.
Because
Dallas is terrible. True, Texas is a good place to live in general, but Dallas is terrible.
So NFC West, you got LA,
San Francisco. People definitely want to live in both those destinations.
Yeah. No one wants to live in Seattle, and no one probably wants to live in Phoenix. I mean, and the whole state of Arizona is trash. So
to us, but not to people of fair complexion.
Yeah, true that. So that's NFC, NFC North. We've already talked about NFC South. You got the Buccaneers.
Tampa, that's Florida.
Yeah, it's Florida. Atlanta, everybody's moving to Atlanta.
Even if you don't want to live in Atlanta, you want to visit Atlanta.
North Carolina for the Panthers, man, that's so much. And then you have New Orleans.
Which
everybody wants to go party there.
Everybody wants to go to New Orleans.
Maybe no one wants to live there, but you want to party there.
Yeah.
So we did NFC, that's all the NFC. So AFC East, you have...
I might want to be close.
Yeah, Boston.
Yeah,
but no, you have Miami.
But saving grace Miami.
But then, I mean, you got Buffalo, such a high on Miami and such a low with Buffalo. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Buffalo.
That's the most extreme one. That's for sure.
Yes. Oh my God. And then New York again
Jersey.
Well, but that's the same thing for the Giants. Jersey,
Yeah. So New York. So still 2 teams where people want to go there.
But so that's AFC East, AFC West. You have Houston.
No, that's AFC South.
AFC South, excuse me.
AFC West is the Broncos.
Okay.
Denver. People want to go to Denver.
Yeah, people want
especially
to go to Denver.
With their new recent change in law on certain things.
Yeah.
Kansas City,
maybe not so much. Maybe get some barbecue.
I'm about to say Kansas City does have its merits.
Yeah,
maybe just not on the as larger scale.
Yeah. Oakland, you don't. Well, they're going to Vegas now, so.
I'm about to say they're moving to Vegas now, and people want to go to Vegas.
Yeah, and San Diego. So
which
who's
LA? Who's LA? But even before San Diego, better city than LA.
Yeah. So I mean, so AFC East, AFC West, AFC North. You got shit.
Baltimore.
Baltimore.
Nobody wants to.
No one wants to go to Baltimore. No one wants to go to Cleveland. No one wants to go to Cincinnati.
Oh shit!
That might be and Pittsburgh. No one wants to go to any of them bullshit cities. Baltimore, Cincinnati, Cleveland, and Pittsburgh.
Worst one.
But Pittsburgh, and one of the biggest teams of all time.
True.
So
True.
Hey,
one of the biggest fan bases out there.
That's got to be something.
That's probably why their fans are so spread out because no one wants to fucking live there.
Shit, hell no.
And then the AFC South, they got their
Houston, Jacksonville.
People, we can say from personal experience, too many people are moving to Houston.
Yeah, for facts.
And Jacksonville's in Florida.
Yeah, I mean it still sucks. So, I would hate to live in Florida. I don't want to put that.
I would too, but I know a lot of people love Florida. So there's that. And Indianapolis, if you're a certain type of fan, you want to go there.
Yeah, if you smoke crack.
They got race history.
Yeah.
So
in
a lot of different meanings of that word.
Well, the Klan was actually formed in Indiana, and but they got basketball, so there's that.
They got basketball, and then who's the other one? Tennessee.
Yeah.
A certain type of people want to go there. Well,
for the culture.
Country. Yeah, but say the culture.
Yeah. So I mean, I would.
That was actually a good.
I am easily bar none. I would not want to go to any of those cities for any type of vacation in the AFC North.
Yep, shittiest destination division by far.
I can tell you, I've been to Cleveland, I've been to Cincinnati, but Cincinnati not really. I've only been to the airport.
How about say you've been to the airport?
I've been to Baltimore and stayed in Baltimore for a significant amount of time. The only good thing in Baltimore is crab cake, and that is it. I've never been to Pittsburgh. I can tell you, once you land in Cleveland, you realize that once you land in Cincinnati, you realize the reason that they are, the reason why they're just the pit stop for the because back in the day we used to fly St. Louis to Cincinnati and then Cincinnati to Washington D.C. So we know why you're Passover.
You're just a Passover. Wait, we can't use that anymore.
Oh, okay. You're just a flyover state.
Using flyover state and Passover state apparently pissed enough people off that they thought it was fucking K to elect Trump.
Yeah. Oh my God. Fucking Hillary, man. You dropped the fucking ball. You had it. You. I don't know what was a bigger choke. And this is probably a conversation.
Actually, this was the last. Yeah, it is a conversation that needs to be talked about. But the last 2-3 years has been choke city for a lot of things, not just sports.
Let's talk about. You got the Falcons.
Georgia twice on this list.
Yeah, Georgia.
Poor Bulldogs.
Yeah, choke. The Thunder. Y'all had a 3-1 lead. Backdoor. Warriors. You had a 3-1 lead. And so it's just, I don't know, it's probably a conversation for another time. You're more than welcome to come back and do another podcast about just the worst chokes we've ever seen. But it's about time to wrap. I'm pretty sure the camera's going to die soon. So is there anything you want to plug, anything you want to say before we close out?
No, I plug nothing.
Oh, okay. All right. So that's about it. And that was whatever episode this is going to be, because I don't know if this is going to be a podcast and we're going to do this as
4 episodes.
Yeah, whatever.
It's either 5 or 4.5.
Yeah, something like that. So that's it. Thanks for listening.